It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition.
Get inside the bank.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeyville, so everybody knew it.
Put some holes in him! God damn him!
Messed up. Alright, a little rusty. Or, I mean, just a little out of it, because I was making sure the sound was not too loud. Secrets? Whoops. Okay. Oh, yeah.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently.
What? Oh, he read it in the book, and he told
First of all,
me.
it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months, and now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait to settle the bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
What? Okay. Here we go.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
This way, I would assume.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Huh. Little.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Here.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Is that Silas Greaves?
Jim
Son
Booth,
of a
David
bitch!
Crockett, he died defending the Alamo.
Yeah. Saw you. What?
That's right.
Smooth. Okay, not super smooth. Okay. Oh, secret. I wasn't even going the right way, but don't worry.
Over there! That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Where you going?
Bland! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Everybody has their own story to tell, huh? Oh.
It was early evening, not high noon. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and Coffeyville was already up in arms. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Bob Emmett Grant. Okay.
I'd been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. Finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Yep. Where'd they go? Oh, they went this way. Coming for you.
Hey, you got
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money, didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
I make so many mistakes so fast.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, as those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeeville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes.
Secret upstairs?
Shit happens.
Secret upstairs? What? No secrets? Really? Open it nicely. Huh. Thought there would be a secret. Guess not. Oh. Right there. Just bypassed it. Gotta
The
get
Dalton boys knew I would never give up.
Yeah. Where you guys got
Those
with?
Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The 3rd brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Yeah, it worked, because I died. Oh boy, this is not gonna... How many are there? There can't be this many. Woo. Glad I waited. Glad I waited. Where am I going? Oh, this way, okay.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Almost.
Ow.
It's hog killing time.
Ow, ow, ow.
Gonna send you to the bone orchard. Damn, that was loud.
Oh no, come on. Stop. Leave me alone.
Blow your damn head clean off.
Ow. Come on, my noise is getting jacked up. Not now. Not now.
Beat you like a red-headed stepchild.
Oh,
But
man.
Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeeville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
That's pretty quick. Pretty quick story right there.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this.
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
Okay.
We'll track
Find the
until he gets
Daltons.
to the earth.
Look at him.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Secret in here? I thought there'd be a secret. Oh.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Box on cinder
The
orientation.
rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury them in the dirt.
Whoa.
Where they stand.
That guy came out of nowhere.
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone.
Ow.
I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Ow, come on, dude.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Ooh, yes. My favorite one.
They're gonna bury you in a bread belly full of bloodshot.
Ow. That was a late indicator. I'm not doing any better on this. Not gonna fall for it this time.
Ain't no thing to hide from me. How many of them you gonna kill?
Point being, I was under serious attack. And my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen.
Yep. Alright. Yep. Got them.
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view,
Alright.
but just ended up falling inside.
Was I supposed to?
How did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve?
I was like, who's sleeping?
So I just started walking, and pretty soon... Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
What? Oh, what are you talking about?
Indians? There were Indians?
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention.
Wow.
Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers.
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet, but I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
No, man, they were just like swarming. Okay.
Bury him in the swamp.
Ah. Ah.
Can't get me.
I think I got him. Doing good, doing good.
Show him how to die!
Get on my way. Get. Ow. Ow, I'm getting lit up. Keep shooting me. Where'd you go?
Kill that.
Ow. Might as well use a skill point, right? Sure. Inland 6-shooter. Oh. Ow. Ow. Not getting me. Secrets? I don't know what that was. More ammo and bombs.
I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them.
Yep. Swampy.
And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps? Yes, it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from all sides, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Ow. Yeah, he was definitely in. Man, good shot. Good shots. Oh. My aim's so bad. Okay. Get on board. Whoa.
Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Really?
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
It's this way. Secret! Found one.
Come on! Kill him!
Let me up. Let me up. Alright. Okay. What am I doing? Come on. Where am I going?
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. Turned out that they had me.
Take him out!
That's spooky.
I'm sending you to hell!
The Daltons had played me
Not so
like a
tough after
fiddle.
all, is it?
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a
Did you
fight.
hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
You're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
oh God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how do you get off it, Mr. Green?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all.
Yeah.
I sailed!
Oh, yes.
Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
The smaller one's gonna draw first. I think. Focus. Focus. I knew the smaller one was gonna draw first. I knew it. That last one's he's a distraction. That's what he is. Man, I can get it sometimes on the first go. Not like it's messed up. Don't move, don't move, don't move. This is not looking good for me. I really don't have my hands A-okay. No, he's fast again. Oh.
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers.
Next, is our next story?
My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
Episode 7, The Wild Bunch. Juarez. Oh, so this is his story now?
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch. I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
Okay.
Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Well, that's gone. Man, just gotta keep on going. What's this?
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
I got a skill. I wasn't paying attention. I do got a skill. Pick your targets faster. Speed aiming weapons will be... Sure. Alright, on we go. On we go.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge.
What'd you say? I can't hear a goddamn...
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Wait, is this the way I'm going, though?
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Ow.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Get out of the way.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could. At times, it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Oh, let's let this their hats. Wow. Oh. They're cute. Oh. Climb. I should have kept that rifle, actually.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
More concentration for headshots. Shoot dynamite, create a nice firework display, do some damage. I'm thinking more, focus on more headshots.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the Wild Bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Got cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody! He'll kill us all!
You ready?
Ow! Beat me in the ground. There you go. Not today. Out of my way.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail. Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean.
Oh,
And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay,
you might be fast.
though some folks might dispute that.
You might try and pull early. Come on, pull.
On that very same
Got
day,
better.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Doing it all right. Doing it all good.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Okay.
That Kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado. Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Oh, that was nice.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Secret. And more. And hints about enemies behind you, spots enemies beyond. Sure. Early indications, nice. Oh. Find clues.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific.
We'll just continue on like this.
The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Next morning, okay. Prevent me from blowing up the overpass.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the Wild Bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children. though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me the bridge was rigged with dynamite. So I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Whoa.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Oh.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
What are we talking about? Okay. Nice and careful.
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Ow. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Oh my. Well, that did it.
Oh, ready for a belly full of bullshit. Stop that.
So what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
Got him. All taken care of.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Yep. Alright, where are we going?
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a 4th charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
That's you. Oh, yes.
So I
So much
proceeded
going on.
onward and realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Yep. Any more? No more? No? No more? Good. Where am I going?
Of course, I had to tread carefully. Otherwise, I could, well, die.
Speaking of... okay, did I miss something? I must have missed something. What did I miss up there? Take this nice and slow. I'm not find an alternate path. Oh, right there? Then why was I going up? Yeah. Alright, got it. Woohoo.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long, burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Oh. Ah, chasing extinguisher.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer. I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today. Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge.
Is that it?
Well, it was a touching reunion.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Oh, do not fall off. Do not want to fall off.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
These places get curry ass me!
Do you believe that? I think he echoed a bit. Ooh, yes. What else do I want? I want extra damage for combos, dynamite loading. I want more extra damage.
We're waiting for you!
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Oh. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
That's right! Run!
Ow.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
It's not fair! And feels like a killing! Damn it, I need some help here! Come on, boys! Think you're so much kidding me?
That,
Like this, stop shutting it down! Move it, boys!
oh, that's perfect.
I think he's scared!
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Alright, okay. I want to try this. Get this in one go. Oh boy. Center mass, center mass. Oh no, I'm not a little slow. Okay. Ah! We got each other. We got each other. Ah. Man, we pulled like right at the same time. It's my bad. This time I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Oh. Pull close. Pull close. I'm not gonna be fast to pull. Every time! That's the second time we got each other. Oh, come on. Come on. I need my hand to be fast. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. It's always fast.
As fast as he was, I was just a bit faster.
Good.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him.
Oh.
No Those were his last words.
Another successful mission. We'll go with the next one. The story is.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Episode 8, Jesse James. Well, this is where we're stopping it. We'll take off.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.